It's an emergency podcast. That's what this is. Andrew Vasquini is my name. That's Jason Aponte. It is such an emergency. I didn't come up with a name for Jason Aponte. So you're Jason Aponte today. Sprint Ryan Option podcast, part of the Blue Wire Hustle Network. I guess the way to put it just lightly, the San Francisco 49ers have gone all in. That's me pushing the chips in. The trade that happened roughly, I don't know, like 7 hours ago. We're a little late, but that's okay. We're both busy people. The Dolphins traded the 3rd overall pick to the San Francisco 49ers. Hey, that's the team we talk about. For the number 12 pick, a 2021 3rd round pick, which I believe that changed to a 2022, right? That was clarified, correct?
That pick is a compensatory pick for the Saleh or Mayhew hiring.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. This is why I have Jason. He clarifies things to me. And also 1st round picks in 2022 and 2023. And I'll let you talk first because you've had more time to think about this. I've barely had a chance to think about it all. This is the 3rd time now that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have traded up. The first time was for Reuben Foster. The second time was for Brandon Ayuk. Shooting about, we'll call it shooting 50%.
Well,
there.
Also, for Dante Pettis and other guys, but it was never to this degree.
Well, excuse me. Yes, trading up in the 1st round. That's what I mean. And yes, that's the point I was going to make. They haven't done anything like this. This is them putting the figurative chips in the middle of the table and saying, "This is what we are doing. This is our shot. We're taking it." So, Jason, I'm going to give you the floor. I'll let you say your thoughts, and then just kind of like usual, I'll just piggyback off of your thoughts.
Honestly, man, we voiced on this podcast, this is what we wanted. This is what I thought was the optimal approach. To have this happen speaks to the thought process that we have had and Kyle Shanahan and this front office have had. When you look at the 5 quarterbacks that pretty much are set as, hey, these are the guys that are going to be from good to amazing, it's hard to look past what you should do at 12 with not evaluating what you should do to get one of these guys.
Yes.
And that was always my thought process. So, what I will give John Shanahan, John Lynch,
that's
Shanahan,
right. Shanahan,
John Lynch, and Adam Peters credit for is this. However you build your roster, right? And however you go into it year to year, that's great. But when new information is presented in front of you, you have to change that thought process. So when you look at this quarterback class, when you look at the 49ers are not going to be picking anywhere near 12 for a while. And I think that I can say that because of the roster. And I can say that because of coaching. This was your time to do this. And this was the right moment to do this. And we're more shocked that on March 26th, this happened. If anything like this was going to happen, we probably would have predicted it closer to the draft or on draft day, not today. But I am ecstatic. I think this is the exact right approach. Whether it works out is here or there, but the thought process is there. And I completely agree with what they're doing. And I understand exactly what they're doing.
Yes. And like this isn't the first time I've been at work all day. My brain hasn't really processed all of this yet. So like you're watching me physically process all of this. The big thing I whether or not this works out, just to see them make the move, that's all I care is they say, hey, because let's be honest. If we're talking about a Super Bowl window, a figurative window, as of today at 8 a.m. West Coast time, that window is probably closer to closed than open, right? Let's just be honest. The second this trade goes through, that window, even if just the smallest amount, because everything is hypothetical. So we got to remember, I want to try and stick to facts as much as possible today, right? Because that's all this is just the facts. We have a month to dissect everything we think this 3rd pick can be, whether it's Justin Fields, we'll probably talk about that, whether it's Trey Lance, whether it's Zach Wilson, whether it's Mac Jones, whoever it is, We have plenty of time to talk about that. I just want to talk about the facts and what this is. And what this is the Niners saying, we see an opportunity to take this next step. Because, yes, I fully understand. And somebody shared the list of these are the quarterbacks taken in the top 3. Let's be positive about it, right? Let's just say hypothetically, whoever they take, mystery man, pick number 3, turns out to be what Justin Herbert was last year, right? Let's just say. This is a pretty damn good football team if they hit a Justin Herbert or what Joe Burrow was. Things like that. Like, this is a grand slam pick if they hit it. They hit it. And on the flip side of things, the thought I have is, let's say hypothetically, let's just 100% hypothetical. The Niners select insert name here, and insert name here wins rookie of the year. Let's just throw out the wild hypothetical, but the Niners missed the playoffs. Okay. Let's say that. I don't think that'll happen. If whoever the Niners take wins rookie of the year, the Niners are probably, oh man. But let's just say hypothetically, guy wins rookie of the year. Niners miss the playoffs. The Niners are in a spot, however, where let's say they're drafting. Let's just throw the number 12 out there. Let's say the pick is the 12th pick. The Dolphins have the 12th pick. We're kind of at the spot again this year where it's like, okay, sure, they could take a corner. They don't really need one. Sure, they could take an edge rusher, but they don't really need one. Tackle's another high valued position in the first round, but they probably won't need one. They definitely won't need a quarterback. So even if this pick ends up being a middle round pick, what are they missing out on? Because they have every prime position that you try to hit on in the first round of an NFL draft to make your team better.
That's been my thought process the entire time. And, people want to say, splashy moves weren't made during free agency. That's fine. But retaining guys that you can count on and filling all those holes gives you this sort of flexibility to do this in the draft without sacrificing your roster construction. Mm-hmm. And again, whenever we say things like that, it comes across as hating. I'm not sure why, but you have to think about this logically, and that's the way they're thinking about it. This roster is still a top 3 roster in football. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Garoppolo will be the quarterback, I believe, in 2021. Didn't want to steal that. Starting. And you've set yourself up for the future and hedged your bets. This offseason, if you didn't think it was an A+, maybe you had it at A-, mm-hmm. It is an A++ at this point. No matter what the outcome is, mm-hmm. This front office is nailing this offseason completely. And yes. There is no discussion that we had about that.
Yes. Yes, as Daniel Bryan would say. I'm amped. This move, and even so I'm a little more pessimistic on the Jimmy Garoppolo side. I think he's on his way out. That's my take. That's my opinion. We could disagree. That's fine. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, and the way I'm thinking about it is this was never about Jimmy Garoppolo. This was never about his ability at quarterback, because I don't even think that's a question at this point. I think the question with Garoppolo is, can he stay healthy? This had everything to do with the cap number. The only reason Jimmy Garoppolo has been talked about being moved on from this year is the cap number. If Jimmy Garoppolo was closer to, like, let's say $15 million, this probably isn't as big of a deal, right? Now, if you let's just say, I know I said I didn't want to live hypotheticals in this episode, mm-hmm. but let's say you move on from Garoppolo. Let's say New England picks up the phone and says, hey, let's just hit the undo button. We'll give you a second round pick for Garoppolo. I don't think they're going to get a second round pick, but let's just.
I'll tell you this though. Based on today's movement, yeah, it is. And based on today's movement, it wouldn't be crazy if that was the case, and you might even get a 1. I promise you that might happen now, because you're forcing their hand now. Mm-hmm. Now, because you have a plan in place and you know that you're not tied past this year to him, you kind of hold all of those chips. And remember, Jimmy can pick where he wants to go. Yeah. That's one of the places he definitely wants to go.
Mm-hmm. And so back to my point with Garoppolo is you trade him, now all of a sudden the cap looks a lot better, and you could extend guys like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. So realistically, like, all this does for me today is I don't care what the Niners do at this point. If they keep Garoppolo, so be it. If you want him to be an Alex Smith type, just $11 million more expensive, go right ahead. I don't care. The Niners will have a rookie quarterback because you're not. That's the thing is when it first kind of came out, a lot of people were like, well, maybe they're not trading up for a quarterback. No, you do not mortgage 3 years of draft capital. God, I can talk. You don't trade 3 years of draft capital to not get a quarterback, especially with a head coach that knows what he's doing. Yes, I know we like to talk about, he drafted CJ Beathard. He signed Nick Mullins. Dude, Jimmy Garoppolo was a Super Bowl quarterback because of this offensive system. And that is what peak Jimmy Garoppolo is. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Only Shans and Kyle I trust. If Kyle Shanahan believes that there is a guy available at the 3rd overall pick, and he said, we are going to trade 3 years of draft picks. You know what, Jason Aponte, I'm going to stick it out there. Damn it, I trust Kyle Shanahan and the guy he wants to get. That's just what it is.
That's what it has to be at this point. And that's my point too. Also, to the point, that we talked about, those first round picks are going to be later round picks. Those are not going to be high picks. This roster is too good. And we saw what happened last year with how many games they should have won had they not turned the ball over 4 times and maybe turned it over 2 times. And those sort of things are going to happen now. That's what I'm saying. So that's what makes this deal so much more sweet. When you think about what they really gave up, when you really look at where these picks are going to be, this is a steal. This is a steal to be able to move what they moved to move up to 3 in everyone knows all these quarterbacks. It's not like they're going up for a sleeper.
Yes. Like that's the thing. It's like now they are guaranteed to get one of the top 4 quarterbacks in this draft, no matter what happens. And Kaz has a point, and I don't mean to pick on Kaz in the comments here because I've seen this point made with other people too. So I'm not yelling at you. Your comment was just there. You can't go into 2021 with a rookie quarterback in Rose and expect to complete Jimmy sticking around. I understand that thought. I get it. I understand it. I've seen a lot of, no rookie quarterbacks ever gone to the Super Bowl. And my counterpoint, and yes, I get that this counterpoint might be.
Wait a minute. No rookie quarterback has ever gone to the Super Bowl?
Won a Super Bowl. Excuse me. I apologize.
Are you sure?
Won a Super Bowl, yeah.
Are you sure?
No rookie quarterback has ever won a Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm very confident in that.
You're not. Ben Roethlisberger was a rookie quarterback.
Then maybe I got the stat incorrect.
Or maybe you know what? Maybe I got it wrong. So let me look. Go ahead. Keep going though.
Anyways, but my point is, that's beyond the point. Is let's say you hit, okay? Let's say you hit perfectly. There was a quarterback last year, and this is absolute best case. 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 4,336 yards, a passer rating of
his second year.
It was the second year. Okay, thank you. His passer rating was 98.3. His yards per game was 289. You're trying to tell me that blank player there couldn't have taken the Niners to the playoffs last year? Because that's Justin Herbert. You're trying to tell me a quarterback who put out a production of 31 touchdowns and 10 interceptions couldn't have led the Niners to the playoffs last year just because he's a rookie? And yes, I understand I'm picking the perfect situation, but even to do you think the Niners are a playoff team with Joe Burrow if he's fully healthy last year? I would lean yes. And I understand the thought of hey, it's a rookie quarterback. What can you realistically expect out of him? But how often does a rookie quarterback just get to walk in as a top 3 pick onto a I'm just going to say top 3 roster in the NFL to cover my bases because there might be a roster better that I'm forgetting. It's not too often you get those type situations. And then you add into the idea of, oh yeah, by the way, the best offensive play caller is your head coach. I understand the thought. It's normal thought of, hey, it's a rookie quarterback. How much can you realistically expect? But it's every situation is different in my mind.
Yep.
And this one is very different. And I understand the thought of they need to keep Garoppolo just to have one more year of stability. And my counterpoint is just, no, they probably don't, because I think everything is perfect for a rookie quarterback to succeed unless it's Kyle Trask. And then, we don't know really, but they're not taking Kyle Trask at 3, obviously.
Please don't say that.
I just had to get my shot in at Kyle Trask.
Yeah.
So just to kind of wrap it up, I agree. Yes, taking a rookie quarterback and taking that plunge is terrifying because there is a chance that you miss. There's a big chance you miss. But if you hit like a Justin Herbert or a Patrick Mahomes or a Deshaun Watson in the first round, and you plug him as a starter, and the roster talent the San Francisco 49ers have right now, there is no ceiling.
But see, here's the thing. When I say things like this, because you're absolutely right, Andrew, when I say things like this about rookie quarterback, cost controlled, what you can do with all of that extra money because he's on a rookie pay scale, you can insulate the rookie quarterback with an all-star team. You still haven't had to pay Nick Bosa yet. Do you understand? So now do you guys get it? So now I can start yelling. Do you guys understand the vision? Do you guys understand that this has nothing to do personal with who you think should be the quarterback or who went to the Super Bowl? Are you trying to get this roster in the best shape possible, or do you care about your narrative? Sorry for yelling.
But at the same time, though, I am more okay with the idea of Jimmy Garoppolo being the week 1 starter than I was a week ago.
I'm fine
at
with
this point.
I'm fine
so like, we're not saying Garoppolo's gone and we're gonna be happy. We're at a point where the Niners have they've essentially started counting cards. They know what hand they're gonna be dealt. They know exactly what they're gonna have to do. If Jimmy Garoppolo's the week 1 starter, that is A-okay. Like 2 thumbs up, that is good because they have an insurance plan. And that's all this is about, is getting that insurance plan. Yes, is it scary to think about the Niners not having first round picks the next 2 years after this? Yeah, it's a little bit, but draft picks, it's like a mystery box. You never know. The draft pick is only as valuable as the team who is making the pick. That's all it is. And sure, the Dolphins have had a very good track record draft-wise the past couple of years, and they might hit next year on 12 or whatever pick the Niners end up being. And Niner fans are like, well, we could have had that guy. It's probably not going to matter because the Niners are going to have a stud. I'm going to guarantee a stud because you are guaranteed at the 3rd pick. Trevor Lawrence, he's not going to be there. You're not guaranteed Trevor Lawrence, but I'm just going to throw his name out there. You are guaranteed either Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, or Justin Fields. One of those 4. You are guaranteed it, and that's all that matters. Gardner Minshew, might not be off the table because if they move off of Garoppolo, they're going to run into the same problem. They're going to need a backup, and Minshew could be that option. I don't know. This is very exciting. This is a very exciting time to be a 49er fan. And as I said, I get the pessimism of trading picks and making this scary jump. But right now, man, be excited because this team, this front office has decided this is the time we are going to try and make that next step. And I would rather be a fan of a team who wants to find out what's behind that door than continue to be, we're okay with this current situation. So let's be freaking excited. Let's be happy that the Niners are trying to take that step and become not just a team that goes to a Super Bowl once and then misses the playoffs for 7 straight years. They're trying to be a team to build I'm going to say the word, a dynasty. A dynasty. That's what this team is trying to do. And this is the first step.
I mean,
I'm fired up. Let's go.
Yeah, I didn't know
is it
that.
Week 1?
I didn't know that Andrew Pasquini was going to come in here spitting facts, but he's absolutely right. You need to be excited because of this front office understanding what they need to do in terms of what's in front of you. Your thought process has changed. This shows growth. Also, all those things that I mentioned about cost-controlled rookie, the most dangerous team in football is a team that has not paid their quarterback yet and can insulate him with talent. And that's what the 49ers potentially could be. I don't think it's this year. I'm going to stick to my guns. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the starter week 1. But potentially, you are building a roster in the smartest way.
Yeah.
Because you understand you have a top 3 roster. You have a top 5. No, you know what? You have a top 3 roster.
Yeah, we're going to say top 3 comfortably. And I'm going to put it in a little bit of scarier terms, kind of what you're saying of having a cost control quarterback. Think of Jared Goff, right? And I know that's a scary thought. But when he was a Super Bowl quarterback, right? Because Jared Goff was a Super Bowl quarterback, he was on his rookie deal. And everybody was talking about how the sky was the limit for the Rams. the Rams are going to be good because they have Jared Goff. Somebody said Chosen Rosen, so my brain went there. They went from having a cost control quarterback to they give him an extension, and now things are a little more suspicious. And that's what we mean, because if you hit on that quarterback, because you cannot tell me prior to that extension and bringing in Sean McVay, the Rams did not hit on Jared Goff, because Jared Goff in that Super Bowl year was probably a top 7 quarterback. If we're just isolating the season, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to argue that Jared.
So, but who made that pick though? McVay didn't make that pick.
McVay didn't make that pick. Yes, I'm aware of that. It was Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
That was Fisher's pick. But that's my point, is that Rams team, the sky was the limit. That's all it was, because they had the cost control quarterback, and then they give him the extension, and that's when things start to get hairy. So I guess my point is go back and just remember how high the ceiling was for the Rams in their Super Bowl year. And if the Niners can capture that with a rookie quarterback, the situation is different, because Jared Goff was in year 3 at that point. The Niners will have 4 more years of control if they hit this pick and can get to that level with this rookie. So as I said, let's just be excited about it. We can get pessimistic about it in a week, but right now, man, the Niners they're not sacrifice bunting anymore. They're swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
I hope Lena's in here to hear that reference. So
Lena, that's but that's what you should be excited about, honestly. And that's the thing. That's why, I've always stated that number 3 has to be the pick that you get to, right? Because 1 and 2 is going to, it's a 10 or a 10. So if you're at 3 and Justin Fields goes at 2, cool, you got Zach Wilson. If Zach Wilson goes at 2, cool, you've got Justin Fields. If that's Trey Lance, cool, I'm with that as well. You know that I'm big on the Trey Lance thing. I will tell you this, and I will state my opinion here. I would rather have Justin Fields than Lance, but I will not be upset if it's Trey Lance. Well, the one pick that I'll be upset at if it's Jones. 3, Mac Jones. No way. No way at 3. None.
Well, my point with that is Mac Jones, he could be good in the NFL, right? But he'll
be great in the NFL. Not at 3.
Exactly. He is not the first round pick that you trade up a month in advance. He is the guy that you stay at 12 and draft night, you go, oh, hey, Mac Jones is at the board at 9. Do we want to go? We can go get him now. That's what it is. And nothing against Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is going to be a very good pro. He's not a guy you trade up to 3 a month in advance for.
No,
that's what that is.
I'm going to tell you this. This is probably going to get me killed. Put on all old takes exposed.
Let's go.
The 49ers didn't trade up to 3 to get Mac Jones. So I don't care who says it. No. I don't care if Chris Sims says it. I don't care if Ian Rappaport says it. That's not what's happening. You could have had Mac Jones later if you wanted to have him. You didn't trade up because you're scared that everybody wants to get Mac Jones. No chance. Okay? No. So I will put myself out there and let you guys know, forget that. Completely forget that. And I'm tired of people asking me, well, what if it's Mac Jones? It won't be. It will not be. It won't be.
We got to revert back to things we've said the past couple of weeks. We know for a fact now the 49ers are drafting 3rd. Outside of that, treat everything like it's not real. Everything's a smokescreen at this point. That's all it is. I wouldn't lose sleep over the Mac Jones rumor. And who knows, maybe as of April, I'm going to say, I don't want to pick that date because that hasn't. I'm going to say April 21st. If April 21st rolls around, because I was going to say April 20th, and I don't know if we support that on this podcast. If on April 21st, there's still rumblings of the Niners could go Mac Jones, be worried about it if you don't want Mac Jones at 3. As of March 26th, don't even think about it right now. Just be happy that the Niners have the 3rd overall pick, and they have made a move to try and open they're not even just trying to open their Super Bowl window. They're trying to bust that window through and make it work. So that's where we're going to leave it, I think.
Yep.
I think we've said everything we can say. We only wanted to go 20 minutes. We're at 25 minutes. But just be positive about it today. We could get negative tomorrow if you want. This is the ballsiest move the San Francisco 49ers franchise has ever made. This isn't a situation where you're trading Joe Montana knowing you have Steve Young as the backup. They are they're going for broke. That's what this is. And if it misses, we can criticize them next year, but I'm never going to criticize a team for going for what they think is best for their franchise. And that's what this is to me.
And to piggyback on that, changing the way that you build rosters with new information, continuing to do the same things over and over and not realizing what's at hand with this quarterback class is an issue. And this front office just showed you that they're changing that. All I've heard on Twitter, they don't trade up. That's going to take a lot. They won't trade up that high. Hi, guys. I'm here to talk.
Realistically, it didn't take much.
It didn't take much. But hey,
didn't take much.
I'm here to talk. And I'm having a great day. So.
Hey, best case scenario, Niners Dolphins Super Bowl next year. That's the best case scenario.
Make it happen, Captain.
Tua, let's go. Let's clean it up. So listen, guys, we're gonna take the weekend. We're gonna formulate some less reactionary thoughts and really think about this. We will be back for sure on Monday. We have a podcast on Monday. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to drop that link. Obviously, this podcast also is going to go on Apple and Spotify because your boy figured out how his microphone works again after 2 weeks.
You sound amazing. I mean, you sounded great on both sides, but your voice just comes through now.
I'm ready, dude. Jason, any last thoughts before we put a bow, go home?
No, this is a great day. 49er fans, get excited. Enjoy yourself. Put the swords down. Please just enjoy yourself today. Like, I don't understand why we're not vibing today and we're not enjoying what has happened because no one saw this coming, at least this early. We may have wanted something to happen, but when it does happen, just got to take it as it goes, man, and just enjoy the moment. Have a drink. It's 5:50 on the other side of the country. Have fun. Enjoy this. This is exciting.
It's March 26th, and the Niners did a thing that I didn't think was going to happen until draft day. So
exactly.
We have time to talk about it. Jason, I have one last thing I want to say, and then we'll do our as always and sign off. Richard Sherman, if you're watching, please come back. I miss you already. Thank you. Jason, as always.
Let's go Niners.
Let's go Niners, huh?